Christian facing off against the West Catholic Falcons tonight. I'm your announcer for tonight, Elena Arms, ready for an exciting night of volleyball. We just had the lineups announced. Teams have shook hands, and we should be getting started here any second. Obviously, still have to check those rotations. While we do that, let's talk a little bit about how these last couple sets have gone. JV and freshmen playing before varsity today. South Christian, both JV and freshmen, were able to walk away with victories, both in 2 sets. JV final scores were 25-8 and 25-7 in favor of the Sailors. I believe the freshmen had very similar scores. So we will see if your South Christian varsity Sailors can also pull away with a victory tonight. Both teams, this will be their 3rd games in conference this season, as we have just barely begun. West Catholic is 1-1 in conference, and South Christian is 2-0. Low barrel for South Christian is in now. That is, of course, number 1, Meg Shrew. And it looks like the West Catholic Falcons will start with service tonight. And we are off with a nice serve from Falcons number 8. Good outside hits, and that is a kill for South Christian's number 2, Nicole Van Grove. She is a senior this year, outside hitter, and it goes to South Christian Sailors for service. Good serve. Falcons looking to return with an outside hit of their own. It's good, but that's a classic dig there, and it's back over the net. Back on the Sailors' side after a free ball. The middle is up, and that ball is out, so that point will go to the Falcons. Oh, my mistake. It looks like that was actually touched by the Falcons before it went out, so that point will go to the Sailors. And it's back over to number 7, London Hebner, to serve. It's over. Falcons looking for a turn. They go to the outside again. And that hits the antenna, so that's going to be a point for South Christian. You'll see 2 antennas on the net, and if a ball ever goes outside of those antennas or touches it in any way, that ball is automatically considered out. So we're back to Hebner for another serve, and that one is not good, so that point's going to go to the Falcons. Those are those unforced errors, those service errors that you hate to see because they really hurt to lose, but they are, of course, going to happen. So here's the Falcons to serve. And it's over the net. South going with a middle tip, but it's blocked by the Falcons. South able to recover. Oh, and not quite able to get it back over that net. A great effort, though, made by all the Sailors. It's back over to the Falcons to serve. This is number 4. Unfortunately, I don't have a roster for the Falcons, so I don't know names. But that was a great serve by number 4. South looking to return. Middle hit, but a great dig by the Falcons libero. It's back over the net. Falcons looking to return with a back row hit. Not quite able to get that over the net. That's another point for the Falcons. Serve is up. It's good. Sailors with a middle hit. Dug by number 9 on the Falcons. Looking for a right side hit. They go with the set instead, but it's good. It's over the net. Sailors with that outside hit. Falcons keep it in play. A back row hit here, and it's going to go out of bounds. That is a point for your South Christian Sailors. So the Falcons' run there is stopped. Sailors go up 4-3. The libero to serve. Oop. Service was stopped by the ref. I'm not quite sure what the issue was, but they are going to get a redo here. Serve is good. Falcons with a middle hit. And the Sailors with a block. Dropped right where there was nobody from West Catholic. That was some great ball placement there. Another point for the Sailors. And it's Shrew to serve again. That ball is up. Falcons with a right side hit. Dug by South Christian, looking to get it back over. And that was a great hit from the outside for South Christian. West Falcons libero getting down there, but not quite able to get that ball back up. And we're back to Shrew for another serve. Here we go. Outside hit by the Falcons. Decided to go with a last-minute tip, and it does work in their favor. South Christian attempting to get that ball back over, but was a bit of a double touch there. So that point will go to the Falcons. And we have number 9, the libero, back to serve. Service is up. Nice middle hit there. Point for the Sailors. Those are those kind of placements that you like to see, where you go right in between 2 defenders at the net, because those are the hardest balls to return if you are on that returning side. The Sailor back to serve. Ball is up and good. Falcons looking for a bit of an A hit there. Sailors able to get there, make that return. Right side hit. Falcons running for it now. It's going to be a free ball. Sailors looking to make their return. Outside hit blocked by the Falcons. Amazing block, but South is able to recover. And with that right side tip from the Sailors, that point goes in their favor. Another moment of excellent ball placement by the Sailors. They're finding those zones where the Falcons aren't. They're putting the ball there, and they're getting those points, and that's what you want to see. Ooh. All right, there, yeah. We got some lifts there by the Falcons, so that point is going to go to the Sailors. Serve is up, and the Falcons unable to make that return. Diving for that ball, but not quite able to make good enough contact to get it back up enough to get that ball back over the net. That's another point for the Sailors as they go up 10-4 in this first set. Serve is up. Back over the net for a free ball for the Sailors. A back row attack does go out of bounds. That point is going to go to the Falcons. Got a substitution here for the Falcons. Number 3 is coming in for number 10. And number 3 is back to serve as well. Got a 5-point game here in the first set. That serve is up and good. South Christian going for an outside hit. And she does make it back over without hitting that antenna. Free ball here for your Sailors. Let's see what they can do with it. And it's a middle kill. Another point for the Sailors. And it's going to be number 6, Finley Arp, back to serve for your South Christian Sailors. Ball is up. Falcons with an outside tip, but the Sailors get there. They're right there. They look to return with a right side hit. And that ball is going to, or that point, excuse me, is going to go to your Sailors. That was touched by the Falcons and then dropped down on their end with their attempted block. So that serve is back up. Falcons looking to get back in this game. And that point is going to go to your Sailors. That Falcons hit did not actually go back over the net. It hit their side of the net and came back. Good call, good catch by the up ref there. And the Falcons call their first timeout of this first set. A reminder that in varsity volleyball, we can go up to 5 sets. It's best of 5, so you have to win at least 3. Got about 30 seconds here left on the timeout. And while we're doing that, let's take a look at our sponsors here at BCTV. Our sponsors are, of course, Byron Township, a community on the move, and Gaines Charter Township. Thank you so much to our generous sponsors for allowing us to do what we do here. We've got your Sailors coming back onto the court, and the Falcons soon to follow here. South Christian boys basketball team is here to support their sister Sailors tonight. And it does seem to be working because the Sailors are doing rather well so far, sitting at a score of 13-5. And that buzzer means timeout is officially over, and it's back to Arp to serve. Falcons with a middle hit, dug up by Shrew. And we've got an outside tip. Oh, but the Sailor, she does unfortunately go under that net. So that point is going to go to the Falcons. Got to be careful when you're going up for those hits, for those tips, because if your foot or your body goes under that net at all, it is an automatic point for the other team. Number 2 for the Falcons to serve here. It makes it over, but it is out of bounds. That's a great call by number 7, Hebner, on the Sailor side. She makes it to that line. She sees that it's not going to get in, and she does not go for it. We've got number 11, Maddie DeBreeze, back to serve for the Sailors now, and that is an ace. Excellent placement there by DeVries. Again, Sailors are finding those zones where the Falcons' coverage is weak, and they are hitting them. Got a score of 15-6 now. That serve is up, and some poor communication by the Falcons there. And that point is, again, going to go to the Sailors as that ball just drops down into Falcons' side. Communication is key in all sports, but especially in volleyball. You have to be talking to each other. Service makes it over the net, and it is dug up. And the Falcons are able to return with a free ball. Let's see what the Sailors can do with it. And we've got an outside kill. That's another point for the Sailors, as the Falcons call their second timeout of this set. Are you loving this coverage so far? Would you like a copy of today's game or any other event covered by BCTV? That's not a problem. You can get a hold of us at 878-6781, or you can go to our website. That's www.byrontv.com, and you can get a copy of whatever event you're looking for. We got Blu-rays for $15 and DVDs for just $10. Again, that's 878-6781 or byrontv.com to order your Blu-ray or DVD today. Also, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BCTV25, and of course our YouTube channel, BCTV.25, to stay up to date on our productions and our news. We're pretty fun over here, so go check us out. All right, coming back from this timeout now. As a reminder, the score is currently 17-6 in favor of your South Christian Sailors, and we still have number 11, Maddie DeVries, serving for the Sailors. That serve is up and good. Falcons looking to return now. They go with a right side hit. Sailors able to get that ball back up. They set it over the net. Falcons with the outside hit. And that ball lands in. That is the Falcons' first kill of the evening. So they're able to come back from that timeout and get that point. Got some substitutions on both sides here. Number 11 is in for the Falcons, and Shrew is back in on the Sailor side. And now Falcons number 6 goes back to serve. That ball is up, it's good. Sailors, with a middle hit, but immediately blocked by Falcons number 11. It's another point for the Falcons as number 6 goes back to serve once again. Ball is up, serve is good. Great work there by the Sailors. Their setter getting under that ball, still getting it up. And we went with a long outside tip there, and it just drops into a zone where the Falcons are not. And so the Sailors take another point. It is 18-8. Number 3, Kawance, back to serve for the Sailors. Falcons go with their outside hitter again. Not quite able to make it back over that net. It does hit that top part, bounces back on the Falcons side. That's going to be another point for the Sailors. Kawance with the serve again. Hearing lots of commotion from those basketball players. They're very excited for their fellow Sailors here. And another block by the Falcons gets them another point. We are into some back and forth territory here. West Catholic attempting to fight back. And now we have West Catholic number 8 back to serve. Serves good, amazing dig there. And it's another long tip. Falcons not able to get there. And this point goes to your Sailors. Hebner back to serve for the Sailors. Falcons get there. They go with their outside hitter again. Again, not able to make it back over that net. That point is going to go to your Sailors. We've seen a few of those hits from the Falcons tonight where they're just not able to get them over the net, which those are those forced errors that you don't want to see. Substitution here for the Sailors as number 9, Jelsma, comes in. Serve is up, and it does go just out of bounds, so the Falcons are going to take that point. Got a quick substitution on the Falcons side. Number 13 in for number 2, and number 4, their outside hitter, goes back to serve. It's 21-10 in this first set. Ball is up, just makes it over the net, and Shrew unable to get her hands under that ball enough to get that up. That is going to be a point for the Falcons. Another serve here. Makes it over. Shrew able to get under it this time. We've got a hit from the middle. Falcons returning with a right side hit, and they get it right to a zone where the Sailors are not able to get there in time. That's going to be a point for West Catholic. We're really starting to see some quality volleyball here, some fights back and forth. Ball is up, again, just tips it over that net, but that is going to be a good serve. And the Sailors with a block to get that ball down into Falcon territory, unable to return. That point is going to go to your South Christian Sailors. And Shrew back to serve once again for the Sailors. She puts that ball up. Falcons looking to get under it, and it's a free ball. Sailors, able to recover after a bit of a fumble there by Shrew. We started off with a hit there. Definitely not exactly a technique, but if you get it back, you get it back, and they did with another block. So Shrew goes back to serve once again. 9 for the Falcons, attempts to get her hands under it, but it does fly over the net out of bounds. So that's going to be another point for the Sailors. And it is now game point. 24-12. Let's see if the Sailors can get it done here for the first set, close this out. Not quite. We got a middle hit from Falcons number 11. It's tipped off of the Sailor. She's just not quite able to get her body back around it. And so that ball does fly off way back into those stands. So the Falcons are staying in this fight. Number 9 going back to serve now. It is, of course, still match point for the Sailors. Game point, excuse me. Some communication there from the ref to the Sailor side. That point is going to be awarded to the Falcons, as that ball does go out of bounds after a Sailor touch on their side. Sailors attempt to put up a middle hit, but it is blocked by number 6 from the Falcons. And that's another point for them. It's 24-15. West Catholic really fighting back here. Ball is up, and it's tipped over the net by the South Christian Sailor, and that is going to be enough to put this game down. First set is going to go to your South Christian Sailors with that score of 25-15. It was an excellent decision made there by South Christian Sailor. Those types of moves, they're hard to make, especially when you're in high school and you're just still learning, but that is the mark of a good player, when you're able to make those kinds of game time decisions and you're able to get that tip over the net without double touching. Well, we've got some time here in between our sets. Let's take a look at this. Nearly 1,500 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in-school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. Applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $2,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website, and the deadline to apply is December 6th. So Do not miss out. Any amount of money that can go towards college does help. So if you're eligible, go ahead and check out the MHSSA's website. Speaking of, you can keep up with everything MHSAA on social media. Look us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for tournament updates, event announcements, video highlights, and high school sports news from around the state. It's the best way to connect with MHSSA every day. You can also connect with us here at BCTV on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BCTV25 and on YouTube at BCTV.25. Stay up to date on our productions and news. We also have our website, ByronTV.com. Check out our stuff there, and you can get copies there too. Check out that website, ByronTV.com, or just give us a call, 878-6781, for a Blu-ray or DVD of whatever event you're looking for. If we've covered it, we've got it. Blu-rays are going to be $15, DVDs just $10. Again, that number, 878-6781, or www.byrontv.com to order your Blu-ray or DVD today. And let's take another look at our sponsors here at BCTV. Our sponsors are, of course, Byron Township, a community on the move, and Gaines Charter Township. Thank you so much to our very generous sponsors. And the South Christian Athletic sponsors are Holtz Jepson Physical Therapy and the Orthopedic Associations of Michigan. Thank you to those South Christian sponsors as well for allowing them to put on these amazing athletic events like the one that we're at here today. Speaking of, it is about time for set 2. Once again, varsity volleyball does go to best of 5 sets. So we are about to kick off this second set. Sailors up 1-0 so far tonight. Got some rotation checks here by the down ref. Shrew comes in for South Christian Sailors as they run their classic 6-2 rotation. Sailors going to start with service this time around. It's going to be number 3, Kendall Kawantz, to start us off here, and that's the whistle. You know what that means. That serve is up. Got an attempted tip there by the Falcons, but it is blocked by the Sailors. Plus, we had a couple Falcons go under the net there. So, first point of the second set is going to go to the South Christian Sailors. And Kawant's back for another serve. Kawant's a sophomore on the varsity team. Very impressive. Falcons give it a free ball. Sailors looking to return. Middle hit. Not quite able to get a return by the Falcons there. Some excellent hustling on Falcons number 3 part. Just not quite able to get there. Kawantz with the serve again. It's good. Falcons with a tip. Sailors not quite able to get it back up. So that's going to be the Falcons' first point of this set. And it goes 2-1. Sailors still up. Number 10 for West Catholic in for number 3. Again, my apologies. I do not have a roster, so I cannot give you names for the Falcons. That serve is up and good. Sailors looking to return with an outside hit. Not quite able to get it over the net, unfortunately. So that's another point for the Falcons. And we have a tie game at 2-2. And it's number 8 for the Falcons with her serve. Excuse me. Ooh. And we got some collision up there at the net. Kawant's attempting to set that ball for the Sailors, but she does unfortunately double touch. That is where one of your hands touches before your second hand in that attempted set, and that is illegal contact in volleyball, not allowed. So that point did go to the Falcons. This point, however, is going to go to the Sailors after the Falcons just aren't able to get that ball back up and over the net. Not without trying, though. I'm seeing some amazing hustling from West Catholic tonight, and that's what you like to see. Speaking of what you like to see, an amazing serve. Falcons able to return with a middle hit. Sailors looking to return with an outside hit. And they are successful. Falcons 13 able to get under that ball, but just not quite able to turn her body in the right way. So that does go off of her hands and into the stance. Parent actually caught that and was able to get it back down onto the court. And some excellent placement by Falcons number 11. She sets that ball back over the net, which is, it's typically almost a free ball situation there where you're thinking you're going to be able to get that back, but when it's placed right there on the line, it's very hard to get to. So that was some excellent ball control. Free ball here for the Falcons. And they go with a middle hit. Sailors able to block it. And that point is going to be called in favor of the Sailors. Ref calling a lift there on the Falcons. True back to serve for the Sailors. Free ball for the Sailors. And we've got an outside kill for number 6, Finley Arp. I believe that is the third kill we have seen from her tonight. Some excellent communication between her and her setter, Kawance. Falcons with a middle kill in response. This set, we're really seeing some nice back and forth action between the Falcons and the Sailors. Got a few substitutions here on the Falcons' part. Got number 9, their back row DS, in for 11, their middle hitter. And she goes back to serve. That serve is good. Sailors looking to return. And they're able to get it back over that net just barely. Falcons with an outside hit. And that does hit that antenna. So that is going to be out of bounds and a point for the Sailors. It was an excellent call there by the line judge. Some substitutions here in the Sailors rotation, and number 5, Vanderlaan, goes back to serve. Falcons are able to respond with an outside kill. Put right where, in that back corner, that back zone where the Sailors just weren't at that moment. Falcons number 3. Back to serve now. Right side attack from the Sailors, but it does go out of bounds. That's going to be another point for West Catholic. And we have a tie game at 7-7. We're seeing some more back and forth action here than we did in that first set. Falcons serve not able to make it over the net. So Sailors get their serve back. And their lead, only by a point. Serve is up. Falcons, that was a great set. Put up over the net. South Christian attempts to block. Not able to, but they do get it back over the net. Falcons looking to respond with a right side hit, but it does go out of bounds. So that is going to be another Sailor point. And it's Arp back to serve once again for the Sailors. That ball goes over. Great dig there by the Falcons. An attempted right side hit, but the Sailors are there. They block it, and it just lands in Falcon territory. We've got a 10-7 score here in the second set. Arp once again on the serve. Lands in. Falcon setter able to get there and put it in for a backside attack, but it goes just out of bounds. That's going to be another point for the Sailors. Arp again with the serve. And that's going to be another point for the Sailors. Number 13 on the Falcons side, not quite able to get back in time to put a pass on it, so she just throws her hands up instinctively for that set. Just not quite enough to get that serve back over. This serve is up, immediately passed back over by the Falcons. Sailors with an outside hit. And that's going to be another kill. It kind of bounces off the Falcons there. They're just not able to respond. That ball was flying so fast. So we're back to ARP for another serve. Sailors up by a few points now. Let's see if they can maintain their lead. Falcons setter calling for some help there, but teammates just not able to get there in time after that passes up. So that's another point for the Sailors, and West Catholic takes their first timeout of this set. We here at BCTV are always looking for new opportunities to connect with our community, and one that makes the biggest impact is in the form of a sponsorship. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of BCTV and you would like more information, go ahead and give us a call at 878-6780. Sponsorship rates are affordable, tax deductible, and help bring you even more community-oriented content, which is what we love here at BCTV. Got about 20 seconds left in this timeout. Falcons breaking their huddle now. Sailors about to do the same here. The Sailors are coached by Teresa Vanderscaff and Marina Herringa and Julie Damstra. And they have been giving their players some great encouragement and advice here for this game, as the Sailors are currently up 14-7. That is certainly not without some effort on their part, because West Catholic is certainly giving them a fight. This point is going to go to the Sailors again. That serve was up and over, but Falcons just not able to put her hands down in the correct position. That ball bounces off her fist and just goes. This serve is going to be out of bounds, so Falcons catch a break, and they get that point. And we've got number 13 subbing in here to go back to serve for West Catholic. It's 15-8 now. Let's see if the Falcons can continue this fight. That serve does bounce just out of bounds, kind of right outside of that line there. So that point is going to go back to the Sailors. And we have number 11, Maddie DeVries, going back to serve. DeVries, a junior here at South Christian. Falcons looking for a right side tip here, and it's going to be successful. DeVries just not able to get to that ball in time. She dives for it, just not able to get her hands on it. So Falcons get another point. Number 2 going back to serve now. And we have Falcons number 11, their middle hitter, who's been putting up some good kills for them today, back in this game in the front row. Serve is up, it's good. South Christian looks like they were trying to go for a bit of an A hit there, which is, of course, that close-up middle hit where the setter just puts it just kind of right by the net, and the middle just jumps on in there, but communication was just a little bit off. Sailors weren't able to get there in time, so that point did go to the Falcons. And it's going to be a free ball for the Falcons here. They put it up for a middle hit. Not quite able to get there. It turns into a tip, but it is successful. Sailors able to respond with a tip of their own, but Falcons are holding strong. They've got an outside hit here. It does, unfortunately, just go just out of bounds on that sideline. So that's going to go to your South Christian Sailors. And Kawant's back to serve for South Christian. Score 17-10, still in favor of your South Christian Sailors. That ball's going to drop in there. Number 2 for the Falcons just not able to back up enough in time. And Falcons not able to get that ball back over the net. That's another point for the Sailors. It's really hard to tell sometimes when a serve is coming at you full force just how much you need to shuffle back in order to get that to hit on the right side of your palm. So that's a tough one. She gets it this time, though, and Falcons with an outside hit there. Sailors looking to return with their own outside hit. And that was a great save by Falcons number 2. It's set back over the net. South Christian looking to stay in this fight. They try for a backside hit from number 13, Eden Ronaldo, but it just unfortunately does not make it over the net. Those backside hits, those are hard. especially when you're so close up to that line like Ronaldo was. Because if you cross over that 10-foot line there, you're not allowed to jump. And that does make it harder to get under that ball enough to get it over the net. That ball does go out of bounds after the Falcons pass it over. And so that point does go to your South Christian Sailors. We've got a score of 19-11 now. A rather close set, especially when we're comparing it. Falcons attempt an outside hit, but it also goes out of bounds. Just not quite able to get up on top of that ball enough to get that downward spin that you need to keep that ball in bounds. So we've got another South Christian serve here. Falcons looking for a middle hit, and they are successful this time. This ball, it does go down, and Shrew on the Sailor side attempts to get her hands on it, but just is a bit too late in reacting. And so that point is going to go to the Falcons. And now we have number 4 back to serve for West Catholic. Ball is up, it's good. South Christian with a right side hit. An amazing dig by number 4 for the Falcons, and they're able to get it back over. South Christian now with an outside hit, an attempted block by the Falcons, but it does land back on their side, and they're just not able to come up with the ball. So that point is going to go to the Sailors. But that was an amazing rally that we just saw. Shrew back to serve for the Sailors now. Ball is up and good. Outside hit by the Falcons. They are able, after the South Christian block, to get it back over the net. South Christian responds. Falcons looking to respond with a right side hit there, but number 10, unfortunately, just not able to get to that ball in time. Doesn't quite go over the net, and then she falls into the net a little bit herself there, so that point goes to the Sailors. Shrew again with the serve now. Another great dig by Falcons number 2. She's really holding her own here. An attempted outside hit by the Falcons, but it does hit that net once again. West Catholic has been struggling with this a little bit tonight, we've seen so far, and those unforced errors are the ones that you really don't want to see. Serve is good. A long middle tip there. South Christian looks like they are going to be able to recover, and they respond with a right side tip of their own directly into a zone where there are no Falcons. And so that is going to put them up 24-12. And so we are already at a game point for your South Christian Sailors. Shrew with the serve. It's good. Another good dig by number 2. Falcons able to get that free ball over. Right side hit from number 10, Maddie Westhouse for the Sailors. That's going to be a kill. And final score now here in the second set, 25-12. Your Sailors with 2 sets under their belt now. So as we prepare for this third set, we've always said that sportsmanship is the golden rule in action, but why should it stop when the game is over? Now more than ever, we need to respect each other and treat each other with common decency, not only between the lines, but outside the lines in our daily lives. In sports and in life, nothing beats good sportsmanship. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. We have seen some really great volleyball here tonight as we're moving into the third set here between the South Christian Sailors and the West Catholic Falcons. We've seen some great rallies, just some amazing digs and sets. And you know what we've also seen? We've seen some great calls by these refs. Officials are, they're what makes the game, because if we didn't have officials, how would we know who was winning? Everyone in sports is in search of the elusive perfect game, making every shot, completing every pass, striking everyone out, getting each call right. That's right, game officials enjoy the competition and seek perfection just like the players do. If you still have that competitive streak and want to help kids by giving back, maybe becoming a high school official is for you. To register, log on to mhsaa.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. I know I myself, back in my volleyball days, years ago now, but when you're playing club volleyball, you're at these tournaments. When your team is in an off position, you actually go and you ref for other games. So you have an official head ref, which is the up ref in volleyball, but those line judge positions and that down ref position, those are covered by players for other teams' games. And so I've done my fair share of both line judging and down reffing. And I gotta say, it is some tough stuff. It is a hard job. And so we want to give a shout out and a thank you to all of the officials here at this game and at all high school games who just, they do good work and they make it easier for the coaches and especially for those players. Teams breaking their huddles now as the clock is running down on this break, and we're about to head into the third set. A reminder, in varsity volleyball in high school, we go to best of 5 sets. So if South Christian is able to pull off a win in this set, they will win the match tonight. So let's see if the Sailors can pull off a victory. Looks like we have completed the rotation checks, which is another thing that down ref does. Again, refs are so important. And the Falcons are going to start off with the serve for this third set. And it looks like it is number 8. Serve is up, it's good. Outside hit blocked by the Falcons. And that point is going to go to the Falcons, and the Sailors on that return, they put their hands up instinctively for that set, and it was called a lift. So point goes to the Falcons. Serve is up, great dig by Shrew. Outside hit here from the Falcons, again, by the Sailors, excuse me, again blocked by the Falcons. Sailors put that tip over. Falcons able to return it with a free ball. That was some great teamwork we saw there. The right side hit dug up by number 13 for the Falcons. It's back over for the Sailors, and we've got a back row hit from number 6, Finley Arp, and that's a kill. So that point's going to go to the Sailors, and we're tied at 1-1. I think this third set we're going to see exactly what we saw in that second set, which was some great quality back and forth volleyball. And that serve is up, and it just bounces over the net, and so that point is going to go to the Sailors. Those are those aces that it kind of hurts to see from an opposing standpoint, because they're just hard to get to when they hit that net and they get slowed down because you just don't know where they're going to land. Some amazing hustle by number 3, Kowantz, for the Sailors. Awesome hustle by Shrew as well. Unfortunately, not quite enough power to get that ball over the net, so that point does go to the Falcons, but that was some great hustle. 4 for the Falcons, their outside hitter, up to serve. That serve is good. Sailors respond with a free ball. Let's see what the Falcons can do with it. It's a middle tip, it's long. The Sailors are there, and they respond with a middle hit. They get that kill. Again, it's what I've been saying. The Sailors are doing such a great job at noticing the Falcons' weak zones and effectively putting the ball there, which is, I mean, that's exactly what you strive for in volleyball, is to find those weak zones and you hit the ball there because you know you're going to get that kill. Ball is up, Falcons attempting an outside hit. It's blocked by the Sailors, but the Falcons there, they're able to respond. They attempt a right side tip there by number 10. It's just not able to get over the net, unfortunately. That point's going to go to the Sailors. And they're up 4-2. Shrew with the serve. A great dig by number 2 for the Falcons. We've been seeing some great stuff from her tonight. Falcons ball goes over. It looks like it was going to go out of bounds, but it was responded to by the Sailors, and Falcons coming back now. Middle hit by the Sailors, an attempted block by the Falcons, but it does go out of bounds. No Sailors touch that ball, so that is going to be a Sailor point, and Shrew goes back to serve once again. That was a great rally that we just saw. Hoping we can see some more of that. And whistle blown by the down ref. He's calling the Falcons out of rotation. So that point is going to go to the Sailors. And Shrew with the serve now. Response from the Falcons. We've got an outside hit. It does go outside of that antenna. So that is out of bounds. That's going to be another Sailor point. Shrew with the serve. It's popped in there. And we have another out of rotation call on the Falcons. Seems like they might be struggling just a little bit here. Shrew with the serve again. It's popped in. Great set for the Falcons and a great outside hit, but it's dug up by the Sailors and they respond with a free ball. Falcons with a middle hit, an amazing dig by Tawance. That gets over to the Falcons side. They are unable to return it, and that's a point for the Sailors as West Catholic calls their second time out of this set. Or, my apologies, their first time out of this set. While we're on this timeout, I'd like to thank our generous sponsors here at BCTV one more time. They are, of course, Byron Township, a community on the move, and Gaines Charter Township. Thank you so much to these sponsors for allowing us to do what we do. Falcons break their huddle. Sailors break theirs soon after. And we are back from this timeout. Sailors still with possession of the ball. Shrew still on the serve. It's up, it's good. Right side attack from the Falcons. It gets over there, and it is successful. Sailors just not able to respond. That was Kawance who attempted to get behind it, but you can see she just turned her hands. And what you really need to do is you need to turn your whole body, get low, and ideally you need to get behind that ball. And so when you're just turning your hands like that, really good chance that it's just gonna hit off, gonna hit low and go out of bounds where your team just can't get to that. So that's what happened there. And Falcons with that serve, it does go into the net. So with that service error, that is another point for the Falcons. Got some substitutions here, and now number 5, Vanderlaan, back to serve. It's brought up by the Falcons and immediately goes over. A middle hit by the Sailors, and free ball now. Outside hit, great dig by number 9 for the Falcons. And that outside hit does hit that antenna. So that's going to be a point for the Sailors as that Falcon hit does go out of bounds. But like I was saying, that was a great dig there by number 9 for the Falcons. Serve is over. Falcons with a middle hit. Sailors with an outside hit, but Falcons respond with a block. Sailors they're attempting that right side hit, not able to get it over the net. That's going to be a point for the Falcons. Number 3 for the Falcons with the serve over. Sailors with a right side hit. Falcons looking to respond with their own outside hit. Does not get over. That's going to be a point for the Sailors. And it's Arp back to serve for your South Christian Sailors. Score sitting at 12-4 in favor of your Sailors so far here in this third set. That ball is over. It's good. And we've got some wild back and forth here for the Sailors and the Falcons. Falcons now with that attempted outside hit. Does not get over that net. You can see she goes up. She isn't quite able to get her hand over the ball, and then she does that spin effect, which if you're not up, if that ball's not high enough, it's just unfortunately not going to get that ball over the net. Serve is up by the Sailors and bounced off of number 9. Falcons not able to return that ball. Again, she turns her hands, but does not get her body behind that ball, and it's just not going to be a success there. Serve is up, and this dig is great. And the Falcons with an outside hit. Sailors looking to respond with their own. It's there. Great dig by number 9. 8 tips it over the net. Sailors with another outside hit, and this one is successful. Falcon, number 13, diving for it, but just not able to get there in time to get enough pressure on that. And that ball, it just barely pops up, and they're not able to get that back over the net. So we've got another Sailor point, another Sailor serve here. This one is also successful. Again, just not able to get her hands under that ball enough in time. It just bounces off that fist, flies right under the net. So another serve here from ARP as the Sailors are up 16-4. And that exact same thing happens again for the Falcons, number 4. ARP has, I think she's found her zone here, and she keeps hitting it. And I see now the Falcons have moved up to attempt to accommodate for this. So ARP sends it deeper, but Falcons able to shuffle back, able to get there. They go for a right side hit. Sailors with the block. Falcons able to recover. Sailors also able to recover there from DeVries with a bit of a hit and an amazing tip by the Falcons. Sailors able to get that right side hit back over there though. Falcons now with a middle tip. DeVries gets her, or Shrew gets her hands on that ball. 8 with another tip. Looked to me a little bit like she went under the net there, but no call so far. Falcons with a middle hit. Sailors with a successful block. Drops into Falcon territory. That's going to be a Sailor point. And that was, I mean, that was simply an amazing rally. I think that was the longest rally we've seen tonight. ARP with another serve. Gets in there. Again, Falcon number 4 attempts to get her hands under it, but she's not up enough. It bounces right off, flies down. Like I said, ARP has found her zone, and she's hitting it every time. We've really seen some excellent ball management from the Sailors tonight. West Catholic's going to go ahead and call their second timeout of this set. Score currently sits at 19-4 in favor of your South Christian Sailors. Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. A Michigan from the MHSAA, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Speaking of the value of educational athletics, the South Christian Sailors boys basketball team, and I believe some of the girls basketball team as well, are still here showing up for the Sailors. And that is really what high school athletics is all about, showing up for one another. And they're here, they're being loud for their Sailors. The energy in here, it's really electric. And we're back from this timeout now. ARP back for another serve. It's up, it's good. Falcons able to get their hands under it. With that outside hit, an amazing dig there from Shrew. The Sailors low barrel, but unfortunately, their setter just not able to get to it in time. So the Falcons come back from this timeout, and they get themselves another point. They get back on that board. And so now we've got number 13 back to serve. That serve is up, it's good. Shrew gets under it, and an amazing middle kill there by number 10, Maddie Westhouse, who now goes back to serve for the Sailors. That was some great action. Again, what I've been talking about all night, finding that dead zone, getting the ball there, executing perfectly. Serve is up, it's good. Falcons with a hit, Sailors with a successful block, but the Falcons get it back. Outside hit is good, and it's a free ball. Falcons are up with a right side hit. It's able to get over that net, and the Sailors respond with a great long set there by number 9, Stella Jelsma, but unfortunately, she's just got too much momentum, and her body goes into that net, and her feet go under, and unfortunately, you can't do that. So that is going to be another point for the Falcons. And now number 2 for the Falcons, who has been executing some amazing digs for them all evening, goes back to serve. That serve is in. It's great. Shrew with a back row hit for the Sailors. Falcons now looking with an outside tip, and it looks like it is touched by those Sailors before it goes out of bounds. So that's going to be another point for West Catholic. I think we might be seeing another West Catholic comeback similar to what we started to see in that first set. Okay, and maybe I jinxed them because that serve does go into the net. That's going to be Another service error. If I'm counting correctly, I believe that is West Catholic's 5th service error of the evening, which is a bit of a high number. But again, some of those errors are obviously going to happen, especially when you're still learning. Kawan's serve for the Sailors is up. It's good. And that's going to be another middle kill by Falcons number 11, her 4th of the evening. So that's another Falcons point. We're sitting at 21-8 here. Sailors still leading handedly, but West Catholic really attempting to fight back here. That service up, it's good. Outside hit here by the Sailors. It does unfortunately go out of bounds. She just doesn't get up on top of that ball enough to give it that downward spin it needs to remain in bounds. So that's going to be another Falcon point. Number 8 back to serve once again. That ball is going to go out of bounds, so that's going to be a point for the Sailors. Again, those service errors, those are hard. And you know, when it goes out of bounds, it's not as bad as when it goes into the net, but it's still those unforced errors that you don't love to see. Sailors now with a good serve. And a middle hit by number 11 again, and Sailors just not able to get their hands on it. I believe that was Kawantz who attempted to go for that dig, but just not able to get her hand there in time, so it gets a touch off, but just Sailors unable to return that ball. So this is going to go back to the Falcons, and number 4, Falcons outside hitter, is back to serve for them. It's up. Shrew gets her hands on it. It's going to be an outside hit, and that is going to land in Falcon territory after an attempted block. They're just not able to successfully execute that block. It lands in their territory. A block does, of course, count as a touch, so that point is going to go to the Sailors, and it's Shrew back to serve again. She's been doing an amazing job serving for the Sailors tonight. I've really seen some great form from her. All right, and the Falcons attempt to get that ball back over the net. It does go out of bounds, so that's going to be a Sailor point, and now we are at match point for the Sailors. Shrew with that serve, another excellent serve. Falcons go up for a long outside tip, and it's popped up. Some help there from Shrew. An amazing outside hit, but Falcons are able to respond. They respond with the right side. Sailors with their own right side. Number 4 for the Falcons, able to get it back over the net. Sailors over the net. Falcons respond. We've really got to fight here, guys. And it's back over the net on the Falcon side. Up on the Sailors for that middle block. It goes off of the Falcons' hands. They're just not able to respond. And so it's going to be a final score in the third set of 25-10 for your South Christian Sailors. And South Christian is going to take this match 3-0. We really saw some great volleyball tonight. You know, West Catholic does unfortunately walk away with the loss, but they do have some things to be proud of here tonight. They were really trying to go for every ball, which is what you want to see. They had some great digs, and they had a lot of their own great kills, especially from number 11. Lots of middle kills for her tonight, a total of 5. South Christian Sailors able to walk away with their victory tonight. One more time, we'd like to thank our sponsors here at BCTV. They are, of course, Byron Township, a community on the move, and Gaines Charter Township. Thank you so much to our sponsors, and thank you so much to all of you for hanging out with us tonight. I've been Elena Arms. This has been South Christian Volleyball, and we will see you later. Have a great night, everyone.